Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another video for you today. These are my battles. I did it in the Ultra League Halloween Cup, and this team did really well. This is a team I could definitely recommend, and we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. Now, I will say, Genesect, the chill version, is difficult for this team. Drapion can handle it, but the other two are going to be weak to Techno Blast. Right now, I do call the bait here, and it's actually not the Bang the Bomb, it's the Techno Blast. There's so much damage, doesn't make sense to bait, so that was a good call by my opponent. So I'm just going to switch into Drapion. So looking tough for me. Perhaps should have shielded that first one. But again, it's just tough because Technoblast is super effective to Giratina and Needle Queen. So yeah, I mean, definitely a tough Pokemon to go up against. But doesn't mean you don't have to play against it. But yeah, I think it's a great Pokemon in this meta. Anyway, they do a good job of catching on the Scizor. So the Sakuto is going to go ahead and go into Scizor. And now we're just going to go ahead and try to get off this crunch, and we do successfully get to it, so very nice. So we're going to be able to get this crunch off into the Scizor, and they're going to go ahead and shield that one. Do I let this one go, or do I shield it? I do go ahead and shield it. It's going to be an X's, okay. So we're charging up, going to actually catch on Giratina. So we're going to be able to catch the X's on Giratina, and they're going to be able to farm me down, but we took that energy, which is nice. We're going to bring in Drapion, go for one more Poison Sting, and then go ahead and go for this Crunch to KO. And there we go. It is going to be able to KO the Scizor. They bring in Genesect, and I'm going to be able to get off this Aqua Tail, which will KO the Genesect, and that is going to be really good for us. And we'll see what's in the bag. Actually, does it KO? It does KO. Okay, it does KO, and it's going to be a Giratina in the back, so we're going to be able to get off this Crunch, which is huge. Because this is going to get the Giratina like a 50%, a little bit lower, and then an Earth Power should be enough after these poison jab attacks. Going to be able to take these attacks. Needle Queen pretty bulky in the Ultra League, so just going to be able to take these attacks. So we're going to go take another one, no problem. Again, putting it in Earth Power range, so we can take that Dragon Claw. And we're going to be able to get to this Earth Power. So we're going to be able to win this one despite the poor lead and that Technoblast landing on my Giratina. Yeah, Chill Drive Genesect. I definitely want to do a video on that because it's a really, really good Pokemon for this meta. But we're going to be able to win this one. Good game to my opponent. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Guess I forgot to edit this out. I thought I did. Thought I edited it all out, but that's okay. I guess not this one. But that's okay. Let's move on. Giratina into Obstagoon. Okay. So you would think this is a bad matchup, and to be honest, it's not the greatest, but with Dragon Breath, and I do recommend Dragon Breath over Shadow Claw, you're doing good neutral damage, so it's not the worst in the world, plus you double resist the counters, so as long as they don't get a boost, it's really not that bad. Even if you lose, you could farm up with like the Drapion, and Drapion's energy is very scary, because you do get the Obstagoon low, so they're going to be able to get to another one, totally fine. Giratina can easily take this. I can't take another one after the counter damage, but it could take that, and we can go for the Dragon Claw right now. Now, if you want to, if they let this go, which my opponent does, you could shield and go for the farm down. But to be honest, I don't think it's worth it. I just want to Poison Sting down with Drapion. So I'm just going to let the Giratina go. But if you want switch, if you think it's important, you could do that. We're going to bring in this Drapion. Look at that. We already have enough for a crunch. So we have a lot of energy. What is coming in? Drapion with energy. I mean, come on. Let's see. Let's see what's coming in. Going to be Dragalge. And by the way, Dragalge, if you have the XLs for it, I think Dragalge is really good for this meta. If you have a good one. A Pokemon I want to use as well. Unfortunately, I don't have it. But we do get that defense drop. I'm not going to go ahead and bait it. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the crunch. And they do shield it, but that's fine. And I think I go ahead and shield. I do. So definitely going to go ahead and shield this Dragalge. It's going to be Aqua Tail. So that, I mean, we knew it was going to be Aqua Tail. They do switch, maybe try to catch, but they're not able to. I bring in my Needle Queen right now. And we're going to take this attack, see what it has. Even if it's an Aqua Tail, we're going to be able to take it with the Needle Queen, right? But they don't have Aqua Tail because they go for Crunch. I mean, I guess they could still have it. But either way, we're not going to bait. We're going straight for that Earth Power. No reason to bait here. We would have been able to get to another one because we still have shield. And they let it go. Huge. I'm not using my shield on the Needle Queen at all. I'm saving it for the Drapion. And in fact, I deliberately don't throw that because I do not want to take him out. I was hoping this would actually KO me, and it actually doesn't. They may have undercharged that. So I do end up taking them out. But we're going to be able to go for the Poison Fang. We do have the Earth Power, but I am going for the bait right now, and we do pick up that shield. And now Drapion just needs to shield this, and a Crunch should be enough to pick up that KO, and we're going to be able to win this one. But yeah, that is a great game. very well played to my opponent. Nice to see that Dragalge as well, because I do think Dragalge is really good in this meta, as I said. So let's go ahead and move into the next one. So here we go. It is going to be my Giratina into their Giratina. Okay, this is the game I messed up on. So we'll take a look at it. So Dragon Breath Giratina, right? I think this is the game. I'm going to go for my Dragon Claw immediately. It's not the game. Never mind. This is not the game. So we go for the Dragon Claw, and it's going to connect. Totally fine. And they're going to go for theirs. I'm not going to go ahead and shield it. And yeah, it's totally cool. We don't need to shield that. Going to be Dragon Claw. And we're going to be able to throw Dragon Claw. I think we threw it CMP there. They threw it as well. I don't think they're going to shield. Actually, they do shield. What am I talking about? In the middle of the battle, I remember thinking they were not going to shield. But they do shield, so I'm just going to let it go. I don't think it's worth shielding. And I'm going to farm down with the Nido Queen. A little bit easier to farm down with Poison Jab than it is with Poison Sting. We can take this attack and we can get loaded with the Nido Queen. So shield advantage, loaded. We did lose switch advantage, but loaded energy. They bring in Genesect. We have Earth Power ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and throw it. Nice neutral damage into that Genesect. A lot as well. So they're gonna go ahead and throw an attack. I do go ahead and shield this. I think they throw Magnet Bomb, which makes sense. They do throw Magnet Bomb. And we're going to go ahead and throw an Earth Power. Not going to bait. I'm just going to go ahead and go straight for it. Go for the KO. I actually had thought about baiting, but I decided not to. It's a good thing I didn't. So they're bringing Drapion. Okay. So I'm going to threaten them with the Earth Power. I do not shield this one. Do they KO me? They do not KO me. And we get to the Earth Power, but I actually throw the Poison Fang because I'm thinking they'll shield it. And now we're in a great spot because not only do we have a shield, but they're debuffed. So we're going to be able to beat them in the mirror match. We have a Shadow one. They're going to be able to go for that crunch. No problem. We're just going to be able to spam out these Aqua Tails. So this Aqua Tail's coming out. And it's definitely going to be a win here. We still have a shield again. We're just not shielding the first couple of them because just in case they get a debuff, we don't want them to possibly win, right? So no problem. We're going to take this one. You know, as I said, the next one after this we would shield, but I think they give up. Yeah, they do give up. So great game to my opponent, well played. The next game is the game where I make the mistake, and we'll look at that. Okay, so it's going to be Giratina into Giratina, right? We just saw that, so no problem. You're always going to see Dragon Breath. We're just going to go ahead and go for Dragon Claw immediately. They do catch on their Genesect. Good catch. Now, that's not where I mess up. Where I mess up is I go into my Nido Queen instead of my Drapion. And I don't know why I went into Nido Queen. At the time, I was thinking, well, I would love to have that Drapion up against the Giratina. But, yeah, it's not going to happen. And plus, I also call the Magnet Bomb, and it's not a Magnet Bomb. And then I go the bait instead of the Earth Power, and they don't shield. So a lot of mistakes. You know, a lot of things going wrong for me in this battle. I totally threw this game. But you know what? It's the first set. It's the start of the Halloween Ultra League edition. We've never battled Genesect before, and if we did, usually you don't have problems with it in other leagues. It's just really good in this league. This is going to be another Techno Blast. I call it again. There's just no hope for me in this game. Drapion is not going to win. Giratina is coming in totally fine. I give it one more chance. I let the Dragon Claw go through, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and bait here. Maybe they're really weak. We can get both shields. Maybe they're really weak to Drapion in the back. They don't even shield this. So I just give up at this. So I totally threw that game. 100% on me, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's go ahead and move it to the next one. But that's okay. So, okay, this is a terrible matchup. They actually have Quick Attack. It's still bad. But we're going to go ahead and switch into Drapion. They bring in Crobat. So I definitely want to flip switch here because Nido Queen would love to see the Sylveon. Even though Sylveon has Psyshock and Quick Attack, it's still a good matchup for the Nido Queen. So I knew this was a Poison Fang. I don't want to shield Poison Fang. I'm just going to let this go. No problem. And they get the debuff, of course, because it's guaranteed. I'm going to go ahead and throw the bait right now, expecting them to shield. And they do shield because I knew they probably wanted to win switch. We're able to get to a crunch, so we're going to go ahead and throw the crunch. Crunch, unfortunately, is not going to KO. I wish it did, but it does not. We do get the defense drop, and unfortunately, they make it to another one. But you know what? It's worth shielding because I'd rather have the Nido Queen on that Sylveon. So I am going to go ahead and give up a shield here. And they do bring in the Sylveon. They do get some energy on us, which a little bit unfortunate. Because again, they have Psyshock, right? So Psyshock is super effective against Nido Queen. The only thing is Nido Queen can take a Psyshock. So it's not like we have to shield this one. Psyshock, not the greatest move in the game. It's okay. We're able to take it. and they do switch into their Nido Queen, and we have our Giratina. This is a great matchup, of course, for the Dragon Breath Giratina, so Flippy Switch definitely helped us there, definitely needed that. And I knew that was a Poison Fang because they threw it right away, so there's no reason for me to shield that. I wouldn't have shielded it anyway, but I'm just saying, we're going to go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw. They do go ahead and shield that. And they're going to throw an attack. Now, I knew I would live in Earth Power even if they threw it, but they actually bait again, which is great for me. I'm saving the shield right now for Nido Queen. I'm not going to go ahead. This is another Poison Fang. I'm not going to shield at all. We're just going to go ahead and take this attack. No problem. We're going to be able to get off this Dragon Claw. And that Dragon Claw is going to connect. And can they get to another attack? They do get off another attack. This is another Poison Fang, so we actually live this, I think. Even though it's significantly debuffed, and we get off this Dragon Claw. So Giratina really putting in the work. Giratina is a great Pokemon for this meta. And now we go into Nido Queen and just go for the Poison Fangs. We still have a shield. We're looking fantastic here. And this is going to, well, I think the opponent may have force quit the app, because when this happens, usually that means they force quit the app, and we could just take that win. And that will be a great game and a great video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.